All right, so here's something else that I've noticed about the shooting in this game. As you can see, I'm 2 for 8 from the three, but that's only after missing like six wide open threes in a row. I mean, and I do mean wide open with decent releases and all. But something that I noticed is that here's how you understand that you're playing on um, basically you're playing out of what you're allowed, and they're generating and manipulating or managing what you can and cannot do and what you're going to be allowed to do during a game. Sometimes the script, you could tell that sometimes the script is already made out for you, before the game even starts. All right, you can see it sometimes, but when you're missing a lot, it gets to a point where the algorithm, it'll throw you a bone. All right, and it would allow you to make, it'll basically have it in the algorithm that, okay, he's gonna make the very next shot that he shoots, and it don't matter how bad. Like, I've done this quite a few times. I've been smothered from the three on very late or very early releases, and because I missed three or four or more, 5 or 6 or 7 in a row, sometimes it gets that bad. You miss 6 or 7 in a row, but since I missed so many in a row, now they're gonna throw me a bone, and the next time I shoot, it's just gonna be automatic. It don't matter who's in my face, where I'm shooting from, or how bad the release is, because you're playing on the algorithm. Now, right here, this wasn't necessarily a bad shot, but typically this shot doesn't get made by me. Typically, it's typically it would not go in. But since I missed so many times back to back, good releases, wide the fuck open, butt ass cheek naked from the 3 point line, back to back to back to back to back, bricking. They're gonna allow this to go in now, and it was not a good release, and it was lightly contested. All right, so that's not supposed to go in, but since I've tricked enough, they're gonna throw me a bone like, okay, you missed so many shots, we'll give you this one to kind of sort of manage or balance things out. All right, that's pretty much what they're doing a lot of times, just for you to understand uh, how good of a shooter I am. Now, that's only, it says 50% because we're in the playoffs, and I've simulated the vast majority of these games, but when I'm actually playing, that's what my 3 point percentage looks like. And sometimes it could be in the 70 percentile from the three because I release damn near perfect, and I only shoot when I'm wide open for the most part. Sometimes I get a little contest and I'll shoot it, but I only shoot when I'm wide open for the most part. That's what my 3 point percentage looks like. All right, but um, when you have a narrative at play, your shit will look like that. That's how your shit could look like. Because there's a narrative at hand. The narrative is that you ain't supposed to shoot. And sometimes it could just be for a certain period of time during the game. Sometimes it could just be that that's the narrative set for you throughout the entire game. We're in the playoffs and the finals. Every time I play in the finals, it's like I'm stagnated. I move slower. Uh, Usually, I move slower. My shots don't go down as good. I don't get the foul calls, even though I'm clearly being fouled. I lose the ball, drop the ball a lot. I usually could get around about 6 or 7 steals a game. One playoff series, I average 10 steals. But then the finals come around, I might get 1 or 2 steals in the game. And it's you could tell that the AI has shut you down. You could tell that you've been shut off by the AI. You could tell that the AI has basically intervened and said, hey, uh, you know, here's what we want to happen. The reason why this shit is so important, at least in the context of this game, is because it's basketball. All right? And it's a competitive game. Any sport or any game at all is competition. And the competition is the purpose of competition, it becomes damn near non-existent when you have uh, narratives being played out, and you're playing under forced outcomes or predetermined outcomes. It's like, wait a minute, that's not competitive. That's y'all programming the game to force certain things to happen out of a desire to imitate real basketball or to help computer be able to compete. It is like, wait a minute, you're fucking it up for everybody else that's playing, who could actually, it really pisses you off when you can tell what they're doing. You can look at this shit and tell, like, wait a minute, you just made me stand still so this guy could blow past me and get a layup or a dunk. You forced me to just drop the ball when nobody touched it. I wasn't even doing shit but just standing there. Because there's a narrative at play. They're trying to aid computer in being more competent to compete, and they're trying to imitate the gimmicky theatrical element of basketball. It's theater. So in theater, you're playing in it's a script. It's a narrative. That's what this is in 2K. Right? You're not really just allowed to at free will to just play ball and win or lose based upon merit. I don't care about losing. All right, it's about being forced to lose because there's a script at hand. That shit is horrible. And I don't want to drag this shit on too long, man. Peace.